Welcome back, folks, to Dameceles' Let's Play of Triangle Strategy. This time I will be exploring Hyzante, talking to all the NPCs. We'll see how long that lasts, because this game's very wordy. But before we start that, I will confirm my hypothesis from last episode with the mental mock battles. You can play them over and over. They do give you money and XP every time. I assume, once you hit a certain level threshold, the XP will probably not be very much. But for me, I was able to grind enough money to buy this merchant's craftable goods. Because I figure, once I'm done with this chapter, all those go away. So might as well buy him out, use them, if I can afford it. Yeah. Alright. What corner to start with? Let's work. Well, he's got an exclamation. I don't want that. I think I'll go counterclockwise. Yep. And come back to these two. Wait, concierge? Do you wish to enter the Ministry of Medicine? Okay, so that's where we had been on the last plot point. Oh, and I can enter it. Not yet. Soldier. It's rare for foreign dignitaries to be allowed into the ministry. Take your time looking around. You mean the Ministry of Medicine? Yeah, Lila mentioned that last time too. You what? From the source to the shield, the thriving city between them, I can scarcely decide what has me most impressed. Yeah, I mean, just based on the map size for the city, this is a big city. Like, I don't think it's skinny because it's around a lake, but I'd consider it bigger than the other two capitals that they show. I can only imagine the people feel the same way, judging by the smiles on their faces. Well, if they actually do provide them all the stuff they were telling us they did, makes living easier, that's for sure. Oh gosh. Although, there sure are a lot of doors boarded up. No. Different sort of interior than compared to like Wolfort, although those are the exact same shelves. Or at least the stuff on it sure looks similar. Which I can't blame the prop department for only saying, look, I can only build so many things. But they've got like beds low to the ground with more cushions. More of a Middle Eastern kind of style. Is thanks to the Hierophant that we want for nothing. Because it's their decree you guys live the way you do? Something like that. Okay. It's interesting though that this close to the Ministry of Medicine, which has a very fancy building right along there. You have lots of living quarters, and even one where they've got the laundry up. I mean, maybe it's just my modern sensibilities where some city officials would be like, you can't put laundry up there, it looks bad. I mean, it makes sense. You gotta use the space you live in. Have you seen the great big wall around this city? It's called the Goddess's Shield. It protects us and the salt from any who would do us harm. Oh gosh, thinking about it, would anyone try and sabotage that salt lake? It would seem like a good way to kill everybody. Just cause sounds like it is Frost and Glenbrook need that salt too. Is that what I think? It's a hookah! Oh my gosh. That tiny... Well, actually, is that as tall as there? Never mind, that's not a tiny hookah. Oh my gosh. The goddess decides what those at the Ministry of Medicine should study, so they do not squander their time pondering themselves. Oh wait, so what? Is it an order from the Hierophant and those involved with that association? Huh. So people don't decide what their role is. Interesting. I would think, like, basically all the time, some kind of nepotism sneaks in there. But hey, they talk about, you know, free amenities. Here's the town well / fountain. Get your water. We don't need to talk to the merchant. Hyzante is a blessed nation where one lives in peace. But if you happen to see anyone suspicious, be sure to alert the nearest sentry. So that happens often, does it? Lots of plants within the city. The source? Sorry. Can't say I know much about it. It's a sacred place that a select few are allowed to enter. Wait, your huge lake? Can you not, like, put a boat on it and fish or anything? Eridor. Could the streets really be that safe in a city this wealthy? I wish I could say the same of Glenbrook. Yeah, you've got a bandit problem, man. Speaking of which, we should get ourselves some souvenirs before we set home. I'm sure your father would be happy to know you thought of him. Where can we buy him? This guy only talks about the source, even though he has a stand full of fabrics? Okay. Oh man, everybody's like... Roland. The goddess's teachings condemn the Roselle to back-breaking labor at the source to atone for the crimes of their forebears. Wait, the guy in front of us just told us only a select few can go to a sacred site. And now Roland's like, yeah, the Roselle work the salt mines. I know it is the way of their nation, and yet it doesn't sit well with me. I sure hope it wouldn't, Roland. Pray, take care of... Oh gosh, Lady Frederica. I've no doubt this weighs heaviest upon her. Yeah. Yeah. Goddess is on our side. Should another war arise, I know she would ensure the Holy State's victory. Dude, last time it sounds like everyone just stalled out and finally just came to an agreement because the war had gone on so long. It was pointless. But, you know, get that political religious fervor, whatever. In Hyzante, the goddess's teachings determine where you work. Even at the Ministry of Medicine, you're only allowed to research subjects decided by the goddess, though I cannot deny the significance of their results. I mean, it's not unusual for a big religious institution in the ancient world to be the place of study. They had the manpower, the free time, the funding. Most of the rest of humanity was busy trying to make sure we had enough food to survive the winter. But here in Hyzante, it sounds like the very top decide almost everything for the bottom. Ministry official. Must be nice having the freedom to roam around another's nation. Oh. Wow. Sorry, man. You cannot pass through here. Wait, through where? There? Where there's some holy, like, overhangs? Patrol around the source is always tight. Oh, that leads to the source then. The source is just ahead. Yep. But you'll have to turn back. Only those with proper permission or working the salt mines can enter. Yeah. Hey. I must ask you to turn back. Yo, Minister of Salt. Sourcely. As one of the Saintly Seven, I manage the production and shipment of salt. That is to say, I single-handedly bear the burden of Hyzante's finances. Single-handedly. It's just you. You're the one mining the salt. I can only imagine. I was bestowed with such a venerable position in recognition of my unwavering faith to the goddess. Minister Sourcely oversees all of Hyzante's dealings in salt, the foundation of their nation's wealth. It is a crucial job, even among the Saintly Seven. Yeah, he must have a lot of power to bandy around and abuse. Wait. Guard Captain. Hyzante is a wonderful city. Please enjoy your time here to your heart's content. However, I ask that you do not interrupt Minister Sourcely's work. He's not doing anything, standing there. Please stay away from the source. Sorry, I was distracted by that. Look at it. A big old, like, halberd? Big. Why is it just laying around here? Minister Exharm is always thinking of ways to make our nation even greater. He may be young, but he is still a role model to us all. Though it seems he views Minister Sourcely with distaste. Oh, so you send them together in their get-along shirt to Glenbrook, huh? I had heard that Minister Exharm was in charge of military and diplomatic affairs, but it seems he goes above and beyond for his nation. But in what way? I can't help but wonder from where his aversions to Minister Sourcely stem. Gee, I wonder. Let's talk to this guy at the top. This is just between you and me, but not everyone is happy with the Hierophant. Although I honestly don't understand why. Really? Not at all? You know, the fact you can't choose your own job, lifestyle. If you have pink hair that you're banished to the salt mines, you know. Also, is this the Ministry of Salt? This building with the birds and the little gazebo on top? Blue roof? Fancy. Everyone in Hyzante knows the goddess's teachings. Obey the teachings and serve your nation, and you shall receive the goddess's blessing. It is not wealth that drives Hyzante, but the faith and happiness of her people. Oh, okay, so he's saying the people are more important than the fact that they're extremely wealthy. But we cannot ignore wealth's importance in the equation. How has the Holy State achieved such a balance? It seems idealistic to think a nation can be built on faith alone. If the people are left dissatisfied, will their faith not waver? But what is it that brings the people such happiness? I thought the answer was different for everyone. I think I'll, even though the first two have their good points, I think I'll go with the third for this playthrough. Everybody's different. The answer is simple. Follow the teaching. Do so and you shall be blessed by the goddess herself. But what if you've pink hair? All who live in Hyzante can see the happiness that comes with those blessings. But the blessings is like monetary gifts and guarantees. Eh? I see. Thank you, Minister. Doesn't answer the question. Do the Saintly Seven have the people completely under their thumb? It seems to be a pretty authoritarian theocracy, yeah. Oh girl, how you holding up? I always knew that the goddess and her followers looked upon the Roselle with disdain, yet I cannot help but worry for my people. Oh my gosh, okay. The sins they atone for are not their own. One cannot help but wonder why they must continue to pay for them. This has less to do with the goddess's teachings than it does producing salt. Makes me wonder why other citizens do not labor at the source. I find it difficult to understand why, in this nation that touts equality, the Roselle must suffer such discrimination. I mean, all good points here. I'm tempted to do the second or the third. The second, I mean, it seems the most surface level. You know, it's like they get easy, unpaid labor for the hardest work. And then everyone else coasts on it, which... Yeah, I think I'll go with that one. Because, you know, the other two are true, but at the same time it's a little weird even asking, because it's like, no, this shouldn't happen, obviously. You mean to say the teachings ignore efficiency and profit? This nation was built upon their profits from salt. The source is a sacred place, and yet only the Roselle are forced to labor away there. Hyzante has already accumulated sufficient wealth off of their salt taxes. I doubt there are any who wish for more in exchange for such painstaking work. Can I talk to her about anything else? What is it that makes people so happy here? I wish I knew. We obey the goddess's teachings, doing otherwise will only lead to discontent. Okay. Can I go in here and talk to people? Yeah. Oh my gosh, we can go in. Okay. Into the Ministry of Medicine. Oh, and there are more people. Hey, a sparkle. That's the first one. I didn't steal hardly anything out there in the city. The goddess saves all who believe in her. Okay, I gotta say, this is something that really weirds me out. We research so that we may aid her to that end. So you have these Hyzante soldiers. Oh, I can't pull up his profile. Anyway, we saw him at the tourney, you know, that model. Where it's dark, has a veil over the face. Dark skinned, all that. Then, can I pull this guy up? Oh, I can't pull his profile up. But, I mean, look how pasty he looks compared to that guy. And even the other Hyzantean citizens out in the street. Why are all these generic medicine officials so pale and brown haired compared to the rest? The ministry research helps save lives. I'm proud to be a part of that. Is it because they use this same model for like generic enemy healers? Like even Frost has this, and so that's why they're like, make them pasty. Everyone's pasty in this world. It's our honor to help the sick and injured. The study of life fascinates me so. We may even unlock the secret of immortality someday. Ha ha ha. No, that's totally... This is what Lila wants, isn't it? She's like doing immoral experiments for immortality. That's it, isn't it? Isn't it? Researchers immerse themselves in whatever the goddess bids them to study. Devoting our time to those studies is what brings us the greatest joy. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hard. This is as far as you go. Only those with the goddess's permission can enter. Researchers are highly respected in Hyzante. The ministry is a symbol of our nation's knowledge and a source of the people's pride. This area is off limits. There are more delicate matters being researched up ahead. As such, I'll have to ask you to turn back. I mean, if this is a hospital setting, you definitely can't just have people wandering around, knee-bit wandering around for no reason. At the same time, the whole immortality... Sparkle, thank you. Oh, more money. I have to visit the head merchant before we go. Oh wait, is that another sparkle? What was that? Yes. Nice. Lots of ice stuff. I like it. The goddess's teachings unite the people. They are what govern this nation. Perhaps there's something to be learned in all this. I mean, having one unifying doctrine can be handy. It just comes with the very ugly consequence of you freezing absolutely everyone else out, which isn't cool. Let's see. They claim their city is peaceful, but there are soldiers aplenty in the streets and in the ministry. And that makes one wonder. Very, very on point, Anna. Very on point. Okay, okay. I got that money. I'm going to visit that merchant. Back to the city streets. Yeah, okay. I'd run out of money before I could get the fibers. But look, everything else I bought out. Let's get those fibers. Yeah. Excellent. I have barely any money, but I'll save that for upgrading later. Okay, well, we're done with that exploration. I think we'll keep going a little ways. I had best regroup with the others. Alright, enough exploration, everybody. What's next? They're gonna take us to wherever we're staying.
We got our hands on a fine souvenir thanks to Lady Frederica.
Really?
It is quite the feat indeed. Serenoa has terrible taste when it comes to gifts.
Thank you indeed, Frederica.
It was my pleasure.
Where, though? From the street stalls?
Should we ask Minister Lila about what ails Lord Simon?
No. Even now, Lord Simon commands great influence. We cannot let others know about his condition.
Even if we could get heart medicine. I mean, Lila's suspicious enough. We don't want her knowing. But at the same time, it's the whole, he's dying. We can't let anyone know he's dying. Oh, he died.
I understand. Not even our allies can know of our weaknesses, lest they use them against us.
The paranoid
Indeed.
way.
We cannot risk exposing ourselves to such danger, for the young lord's sake as well.
Whoa, what?
What was that?
It appears there is a stir around the ministry.
I shall investigate.
Let's all go. Anna, wait. Oh. Oh, a battle. Very, very good. All right, guys. In the next episode, see you on a battle map.